Oh, guys, it's that time of the year again. It's that time of the year. It's the time of the year when you get your popcorn and you have that popcorn ready. Popcorn time. Guys, welcome back to the Chelsea Godfather. It's the Chelsea Godfather reporting back to duty. Hijack. Hijack. There's never a dull day. Good or bad, one thing you know as a Chelsea fan, especially under these new owners, there's never any such thing as a dull day as a Chelsea fan. And today's news, when you thought that it just couldn't get, that the drama couldn't be even anymore, right? After the rumor of Chelsea's interest in Alexander Isak, it popped up first thing in the morning, was it yesterday? And by the end of the day, it was killed off by Fabrizio Romano. Today, what do we have? We have a popcorn moment, and that is a hijack. It's a hijack, a Chelsea hijack deal that nobody saw the possibility of this hijack happening. And if there's anything that we know about these owners is whenever they have an interest, if they have a serious interest, they're going to push hard. They will push hard on a deal. Now, what deal am I talking about? I'm talking about what was pretty much a done deal. This deal is all about done deal, right? Kernan Dewsbury-Hall. He's the brilliant midfielder from Leicester City. He can play 8, he can play 10, he can press, he has energy, he has good skill on the ball. I think he has played about 117 or so games for Leicester with about 15 goals as a midfielder. He's really more or less an engine room guy that'll give you energy, but with quality on the ball. And Enzo Maresca knows this player very well. He knows this player, right? Dewsbury-Hall is a proper, proper Leicester City player. He's been at the Leicester City setup since he was 8 years old. He went through their academy school as early as 8 years old, and he's been there, and currently he's 25. He's never played for any other club apart from Leicester. Yes, he did have 2 loans. He had 2 loan spells just to, get his feet wet, but he's been a proper Leicester player. And so one thing is he's not going to put in a transfer request at Leicester. He's not going to make a fuss. If Leicester feels that, that they're ready to sell the player, and they are ready to sell the player, right? They're ready to sell the player. And maybe that's why this sort of hijack is popping up, because Chelsea, it must have flown under the radar, and Chelsea wasn't aware that Dewsbury-Hall was even available for sale. Our old nemesis, Tony Bloom and them at Brighton, right? They went under their radar. They were cooking this deal. They've been cooking the deal, and the deal looked like it's just about done. Right now, they're pretty much it's a swap deal with Dewsbury-Hall going to Brighton, right? And Janob Moder, I hope I got his right. Or Jacob Moder. I'm not sure about the first name. I think the last name is Moder. He's a Polish midfielder, about 25 years old. So they're roughly around the same age, 6'2", 25-year-old midfielder. He missed a year. I think 2 seasons ago he got hurt and was out for the whole year. He just came back last season and played around half of the games last season. So, and he's going to be going over to Leicester City in the swap deal, and then Leicester gets £25 million cash right on top of the deal. The deal is a very sweet deal. is a very sweet deal for Leicester City, and of course for the club that's getting the services of Dewsbury-Hall. And so now, lo and behold, I guess we were kind of sleeping on the job, and we found out that, hey, wait a minute, this deal is about to get done, and Mulder has completed his medicals over at Leicester City, but Dewsbury-Hall has not completed his medicals. Right, this is almost like the Willian deal all over again, where Willian came all the way from I believe is Shakhtar from Ukraine. I believe that's the club that he came from. He came all the way and went to Tottenham. He was on the ground at Spurs. I was about to do his medicals, and that's when we just swooped in like an eagle, and then poached Willian from Spurs, and that's how we hijacked Willian from Spurs, brought him to Chelsea, and he ended up becoming a legendary player for Chelsea and helped us win 2 league titles and a whole bunch of cups. So this looks like is from the same playbook, right? Whereby this deal is just about done, and just at the last minute, we knocked at the door. We're just knocking at the door of our friends from Leicester, right? We have a relationship with Leicester, notwithstanding that we have taken their manager, but we've given them like some loans and things of Nigeria. We bought Kante. We went on ahead and overpaid for drink water. Put another 40 million in their pocket for basically a dud of a player. So we have an ongoing a positive relationship with Leicester, and so we called our friends at Leicester and said, "Hey guys, what is going on here? I mean, is it late to get in on the deal?" And apparently the answer is no, it's not late. Chelsea, what are y'all talking about? You guys have a deal to be made. And so I think that's where things are kind of hanging right now. That's why I got my popcorn going. I got this popcorn because it's a popcorn moment. We just sitting on the sidelines and we just watch it. We just watch it, and you eat your popcorn. I want to see how's this deal going to play out, right? What player or players do Chelsea have that we can throw in on this deal? Maybe as opposed to 25 million, we throw an extra 5 million on top, make it 30 million plus player, and take Dewsbury-Hall. And then the question from a Chelsea fan perspective is, who is Dewsbury-Hall, and do we even need this player? And I must be honest, I have to be honest with y'all, my initial reaction when I heard that we're in for Dewsbury-Hall was, heck no. That's my initial reaction. Not that Dewsbury-Hall is a bad player. He's not a bad player. He's a good player. But we have a lot of good players. We have a bunch of good players that can play in that role, right? So, but I think the tipping scale, right, for in favor of Dewsbury-Hall to Chelsea is the fact that we have Enzo Maresca as our manager, and Dewsbury-Hall was one of his key players for Leicester City last season to make his idea, his philosophy of football to work. And for any manager to get their philosophy up and going off the ground and running, you will need at least 1 or 2 players who are on the same wavelength as you. It makes things a little bit easier, and then you can then gum and glue other players around that player, and the thing will start moving. And this is not unlike, so a few years ago, I believe back in 2018, when we hired Sarri as our manager, and he had to bring in Jorginho from Lazio. He had to bring him in because it's almost like Georgie was an extension of Sarri on the pitch, and they help direct our players into the right positions, and it helped us. That year we finished third and we won the Europa Cup that year. So now, hey, for me, now the question is that enough to justify doing a deal and hijacking Dewsbury-Hall from Brighton? Again, my guess is as good as yours. But for me as a Chelsea fan, my concern is not necessarily where will he fit, but where will he fit in consideration of the midfielders that we have already that are capable of playing a central role. What that means is one or two players are gonna have to go. Gallagher, I mean, this might be a way to put the writing on the wall for Gallagher. I don't know. Do not come after me. I'm just thinking out aloud here with my popcorn, right? We have players that we're hoping to come back on from loan, like Santos. How does that affect that? I don't know. There's so many question marks. If this deal goes through, do we even want this deal to go through? Chelsea fans, grab your popcorns, have it ready, and leave your comments below. Like this video, share this video, and subscribe to my channel. Take care. God bless you all. Peace out.